This book is called Snow Horses, A First Night Story. It was written by Patricia McLaughlin, and the pictures were done by illustrator Micah Archer. Snow Horses, A First Night Story. Snow falling all day, all night, drifting over meadows and gardens and roads. The large and gentle Percheron horses, Tim and Tom, midnight black, are excited. They wait patiently in their barn. The snow-covered sheep run into the warm barn, complaining in sheep talk. But Tim and Tom love winter. They love snow. They know the large sleigh is outside. "I'm coming, Snow Horses," calls their driver Jenny. Tim and Tom neigh to her. Jenny comes into the barn, brushing snow off of her coat and hat. The sheep baa at her. She brushes the snow off the sheep too. Tim and Tom nuzzle Jenny. "Are you ready for the night before the new year?" she asks. They snort to Jenny as if to say, "Yes, hurry." She leads them out of the barn, strung with tiny white lights. It is dusk, soon to be evening. She puts on their bridles with sleigh bells. She hitches them to the large sleigh. She turns on the sleigh lights and climbs up to her seat. The sleigh moves off in the snow, their sleigh bells ringing. The breaths of Tim and Tom make silver clouds. The sleigh makes a whisper sound in the snow, a comforting swish, swish, swish. Tim and Tom lift their feet happily. They love the snow. They love their work. They drive down the winding hill to the market, where 3 trumpets play on the porch to celebrate the last night of the old year. Children happily climb up into the wagon, wearing blue and red and purple wool hats and mittens. There's laughter and talk. A wind comes up and blows a boy's hat into the pond. Someone races after it in the snow and tosses it back to him. A little golden dog comes out to run alongside the horses, a beacon in the dark. Tim and Tom pull the sleigh past the library with a light in every window, across the old stone bridge, across the icy river, up the hill and down the hill, where in every window of every house there are little lights. The town sparkles. When the wagon stops at the market, the youngest child, Anna, in her mother's arms, leans over to kiss the nose of Tom. "Thank you," she says. Then the children go home to sleep under quilts with stuffed bears or a pet dog, maybe a cat. Tom and Tim have more to celebrate. They pull the sleigh to the manor where the older people wait. Grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts, and uncles, and longtime friends. They bring blankets in the sleigh, and Tim and Tom pull them up the roads again, past their houses with tiny lights, houses where some of the grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, and longtime friends were children. There is laughter and talk. They remember when they were young and wore blue and red and purple wool hats and mittens, and remember when they rode their own horses to town, to school, up the hills and down the hills, back home again. And at the end of the night, And the little golden dog has run alongside the whole way. She leaps up into her owner's arms to go home to sleep. Jenny and Tim and Tom go home again too. Jenny unhitches them. She leads them back through the doors of the barn where the little white lights still shine. The sheep are sleeping. She brushes Tim and Tom and gives them water, grain, and a cube of sugar each. They nuzzle her. She laughs. "You've already been kissed tonight," she says. Soon their eyes close. They sleep. The town sleeps too. The next morning, Tim and Tom will wake in the sunlight. The town will wake in the sunlight. The trumpets will play again. Happy New Year to the town, to the children, to the grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts and uncles, and longtime friends, to Tim and Tom, to Jenny who drove them, and to the little golden dog who ran aside the whole way of first night. Happy New Year! And that is the end.